put what we've heard, what God has been speaking to us about into action. And this is where, we've heard from Pastor Wes and Pastor Hubert, and now is the time for us as ministries to huddle up. We're calling this our workshop time, and to think about 2015, what are we going to be doing as ministry teams? So you're probably wondering, some of you have seen the list going about. We're going to divide you all up, and you guys get to pick where you go based on where you're serving. We're going to put up on the overhead a list of locations. Most of these are in the ETC. But as you're looking up here trying to figure out where I go, a couple things to consider. Think about where you're serving today and find it up on the list. Some of you are serving in multiple areas, but if you have a greater leadership position in maybe youth group versus worship team, or you're also an usher or greeter, pick the one where you have spent the most time, and maybe if you're in truly in a leadership role, I would say go to that ministry. Some of you today are here because you want to become more active here at LCBC. If that's you, you get to pick where you go. Pick the ministry, whether it's children's ministry, youth ministry, music, small group ministry. Pick where you want to go and find that room. So here are the room assignments. Some of that may be small, or you're not sure where you're supposed to go. In the library, all of these are in the ETC except for this first group, Senior Gospel Center and the Community Information Centers. Children's Ministry, 201, we've got the nursery. 202, some of our church officers who maybe aren't involved in another ministry team, that's where you'll be. 202. 207 for the Canaan group, the Mandarin speaking, room 207. 208, preschool and K through 6 Sunday school teachers. You're going to meet together in that room. You'll be meeting, I think, individually and then come back together. But Patty will be explaining it as you guys all meet in 208 initially. 209, primary church and junior church. 210, GA and Crusaders. 211, our missions, evangelism, and sports ministries, our outreach teams in 211. 212, worship, whether you're music, AV, choir, as well as our ushers and greeters, those of you who are involved on Sunday morning in our services. And then in room 213 at 1020 is where all nursery, preschool, K through 6, GA, and Crusaders, so all youth, all children's ministries will meet in that large room, 213 at 10, at 1020. So it says 213, our Friday night and Sunday morning youth workers. And then 214 is all of the small group ministries, women's ministry, covenant, whether, Bible studies. If you're leading a small group and that's your main ministry, go to room 214. Again, if you don't see something up there, go into any room, they will welcome you and find a place for you to work. So, yes, Faye. So this is what we want to do. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to spend some time in our ministry team talking about the questions that are on the handout. We don't have lots of time, but we want to start percolating and get us all thinking about, what is our purpose? Where are we going? where, some of you may already have that, and some of it is more straightforward for some groups than others. If you're a Sunday school teacher, your purpose becomes a little more clear than, your small group ministry or your women's ministry groups. Maybe that can be big or small, or the youth ministry. So we want to come up with some concrete thoughts and ideas and goals for this year. The other thing, feel free to tell us, is what do you need? Do you need more workers? Do you need training? Do you need resources? Let us know that. So for each ministry team, we want you guys to fill out this form as completely as possible. We don't expect maybe everything to be there. There's lines for 3 goals. You don't necessarily have to come up with 3 goals. But work with what you have. And what we ask is that you turn in a copy to the deacon or pastor that is listed there. So what we want to do is follow up with you throughout the year to find out how are we doing and what else we can do. So it's already 10:20. What I'm going to say is we'll break, grab some coffee or water, tea, whatever you need, stop at the potty. In like 5 minutes, just remember, there are restrooms in both buildings, so you don't need to stand in one long line. And be in like 5 minutes, meet in your designated room. I would like to see us all back here, let's say by 11:10. And we'll adjust slightly for time of sharing. So ministry leaders, we're not yet, don't move yet. Ministry leaders, be prepared to share back at 11:10, back in your seats. After that, you're smelling the lunch. We will be serving lunch around noon if you're able to stay. We haven't charged anyone for lunch, but if you would like to help defray any of the costs, this box will be over on that table. Feel free to drop a 20 in, or whatever God leads you to help defray the cost. Steve.
Can you just clarify? So K through 6 teachers meet on their own for about 20 minutes, and then come together in 2 working days.
Okay, so children's ministry, go to the individual rooms. That would be 208 and 209 and 210. And then after 20 minutes, go to 213. So does everyone know where they're going? If you're not sure where you're going, come find me or Steve or one of the other deacons and we'll help you find a place. Thanks. See you at 11:10.